Castlevania Dracula X, game done by Konami for the Super NES in 1995. Now, Dracula X is also known as Vampire's Kiss, and it is the final Castlevania game to be released on the Super Nintendo. But boy, is it a beauty. This game is actually a remake of Castlevania Renando of Blood, the only game to never be released in the United States, although it is coming out in Dracula X Chronicles for the PSP this month. Story for this game. Well, in 1792, a cultist named Shaft conducted these weird rituals in order to bring back Dracula. These rituals included sacrificing young maidens whose pure souls would bring back Dracula. I don't really know how that works, but it does. Rather than telling the whole world that he's back, Dracula learns about this century's hero, Richter Belmont, a descendant of Simon Belmont, his great-great-grandson. So, Dracula learns about his weakness, which is Richter's betrothed, Annette, and he sends his horde of undead to attack the village where she and her sister live, to bring Richter out of hiding and also to lure bait. Annette is captured, the village is destroyed, and this makes Richter very angry. So we get to see Richter in action right here. Now, what you're seeing is actually from the original PC engine, Renando of Blood. I do have to say that the Renando of Blood anime style is pretty cool, but is it just me, or does Richter remind you of a certain Capcom character? I don't know, like maybe Ryu's Street Fighter? We don't see Richter calling down any fireballs to destroy his... Never mind. Controls for this game. Well, it's pretty similar to all the other Castlevania games. You whip, you walk, you jump. But the only difference is you have a new play mechanic, which is super moves using your sub-weapons, like knives, etc., stuff like that. That's simply done by pushing the X button, and the sub-weapons are back in this game, and each of them has a new and different purpose. But the weapons do have some pretty cool new uses, like for the Holy Water, for instance, you get Holy Rain, which pretty much annihilates all your enemies. The crosses move around like hundreds of boomerangs, and the axes just kind of spread out and destroy everything. Now, the Time Watch is back, but it utilizes kind of like a shield to protect you from enemies or to cause harm. History of this game, and it is vast. Drac X is a remake of Renando of Blood, which came out in 1993 for the PC computer system in Japan. This is the first game to use anime and voice acting. Renando of Blood let you play as two characters, Richter Belmont and Maria, which is Annette's sister. Although in Drac X for the SNES, Maria gets kidnapped as well as her sister. Symphony of the Night is a direct sequel taking place in 1797. The concept for this game, that would be that Konami has given us an alternate route and an outcome based on the decision we make in this game, which is actually pretty cool. What it is you get this key in Stage 3 before you fight the boss with the missing head. And you basically go through the subterranean levels, and if you can manage to hold on to this key while Richter is journeying through this torturous place, then you can actually rescue your loved ones. Now, this was unheard of in other Castlevania games previous to this, because usually what you did is you had to go through the entire game, fight Dracula, and then you would get a sickeningly happy ending where you would actually get your loved one back. In this one, Richter has to actually make a choice. If he finds the key, he can save his fiancée and his future sister-in-law. If he doesn't, then they die and he has to face the consequences later on. Which, again, I have to say, Konami did a great job, and that is just a very, very cool concept right there. I enjoyed that a lot. Design for this game. This game is a pretty game to look at. Also, keep in mind that this is not in any way, shape, or form a Renando of Blood port. The game never came over to the United States. This is a new game. The levels are all different. Only the music and story arc really stay the same. The developers did a heck of a job of designing a game from scratch, basically, and it's just a beautiful game to look at. I love the anime style. I love the level design. I loved what the characters look like, the new enemies you fought. I just give Konami major props. They did a beautiful job, and it came out very well. Bad part about this game. Well, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I still feel the hate for the Medusa heads. Much hate, in fact. I don't think I will ever get over the fact that I hate these things so much. They just, right at the pit of my very being, I just can't stand them. And to top that off, I have hatred that has been widened to include a new adversary in my life. I call these the Red Skulls. And let me tell you, they are just as annoying as the Medusa heads, and I just hate them to death. Sorry, but I do. Good aspect. Well, hands down, I have to say the boss battles. Just like in Super Castlevania, Dracula X got the boss battles right too, and the anime-style theme and battles just really plays to this game's strengths immensely. The Necromancer is really cool. There's a dude who throws his freaking head at you during battle. You fight a werewolf. I mean, werewolves are like huge in, you know, the monster mythology, and you actually get to fight one in a Castlevania game. That's really cool. Also, if you didn't save Annette, then you actually see her die, and you have to avenge her death, like right in front of you. You fight like this demon skull thing. But the cool thing is, if you did manage to save your beloved, then guess who you fight? That's right, you get to fight Death himself. And this boss battle is the coolest boss battle in the game. Death goes all out on you. He uses every trick, every weapon. It's just such a cool battle, and the music that they have playing while you're fighting him, it's incredible. And on top of that, Death has a second form that looks just like the Grim Reaper, and he has some wicked cool, powerful moves too. That's just like, he was insanely hard to fight, but it was just like, I was just like amazed the whole time. It was like, wow. And of course, you know, at the end of the game, you climb up the stairs and you go fight Dracula, which wasn't really that impressive. Super Castlevania was a little bit better than that. But anyway, you beat Dracula, you know, you get the same ending, same as Super Castlevania. The light comes in, poof, Dracula's gone. And you get a sickeningly happy ending. Anyway, this game gets an 8 out of 10. It's got high replay value. Pick it up. God bless. Thanks, people. Bye-bye.